Hi everyone, welcome back to another week in my little rainbow collage book that I'm doing. Quick explanation, I am following the full deck challenge 4 from Chinook Art, and I am not doing it on playing cards. I am doing it in this little 5.5 by 5.5 inch journal, and I'm trying to do it as a rainbow book. So I do 6 pages of each color all the way through. I'm trying to. I'll see how it goes towards the end, but that's what I'm trying to do. So this is week 27. We're beginning the second half of the year here. And the prompts for week 27 are a round specimen window, a tab, a color swatch, and some numbers. That's pretty simple. So it's going to leave me a lot of leeway on what I want to do this week. And I have arranged a little tray full of supplies here that I think I'm going to use. I have a stencil, and this is just a twig tree stencil. I have a little piece of clear plastic card, acetate, that I'm going to use for my specimen window. I'm going to use a flower out of here because I have some clear stickers in this book. This is from Temu. I have a background piece of paper that I'm going to use just because it has these beautiful colored washed yellows. Oh, can I create this without the paper? I'm going to set that aside, but I'm looking at all of these little bits. So I have some flowers and a bird, and I already had these cut out. I think they're from the Spring Stories ephemera book, and I've cut out of some cardstock. I just did a 2-inch hole punch. I saved the hole. So I've got this. I have 3 little 1-inch circles that I punched out of this yellow paper as well. And then some yellow and beige bits. I took these out of the new tickets book that I just did the flip through of. Yes. And of course, I've got a green one in because it's going on the other side. So I'm going to add a tab to the other one that I did. And I have this really pretty yellow mushroom sticker. So I'm going to try to do a page in here. So I'm going to go to the yellow section. Let's go to the right page. So here, I'm going to do this page. I wonder if I could do this. I've got yellow in my Inktense pencils. I have natural brown in my Inktense pencils. And I wonder if I can use those to just do a bit of a color wash. Let's see. Maybe I can. So I'm just going to grab a little, I've got this little plate that I got at the thrift shop. And I thought it would make a great little paint plate. I can just keep wiping it out and using it again. So I'm going to mix just a whole bunch of this yellow wash. These Inktense pencils are not watercolor pencils. These are permanent inks. So once these pencils dry, this is a permanent color. So it doesn't matter what I do over top of it. So I've got a puddle of yellow. I'm going to do a second puddle of yellow. And then I'm going to do some brown. And then on this puddle of yellow, I'm going to put a little brown in it. With a clean paintbrush, I'm going to start with my yellow. So I'm just going to put some yellow wash down here. I think I want most of my lines going up and down. Like that. Then I'm going to work my way into this brownish yellow. And I'm just going to put some of this. I'm going to pick up some of the darker brown. And I'm going to add some water. And I'm going to let that puddle. And I've got enough brown on there. I'm going to go back to this original yellow and pick up what I've got left and just brighten up a little bit of this. I think I'm going to just run it down, just down that side, and I don't want it in that there. There. Now, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this. And I'm going to let this run. I'm just going to use my finger to brush a little bit of that around. And then I'm going to take my napkin and I'm going to put it on here like a blotter. So I was going to use this here, and I know it looks like it's been sprayed on, and this is more runny, but I did this myself, and I don't have spray bottles of these colors of ink. You can get that with spray bottles, but you can't get it with this, but I like this. So the first prompt is a round specimen window. So I am going to use this. I'm going to go into this Lemon Summer book. So when I put it down on here, it's going to have this. But wait, I'm going to do more on here. So I'm going to take this stencil and I'm going to use just my antique linen, I think, and my brush. And it's going to give me some more of the brown in the background. I like that. It just breaks the background up. Now, I was thinking about putting words in the background, but I don't think I want that much distraction in here. And this down here, but I think I need a background for this. And I think it just needs to be a white background. So I think I'm going to cut just a piece of white to go behind here. I think that's going to look a lot better. So yeah, I'm going to put my specimen window together. And to do that, it's going to be pretty easy. I know where I want this to go, basically, right here. I am going to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to go all the way around. So I'm going to go around my outside of this card right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to lay this over top. And I'm going to put that all together. So I'm really just playing with this one today, and I like that. So I need a number now that goes in here, and I want a label number. And I'm wondering if I can go to that book of tickets. If you haven't seen this yet, the flip through of this, you really need to go see the flip through. And I'm going to put my little number that I cut out. This was a little tag, and I just cut it down so it was just a number. I'm putting my number on here. And then so that's going to be my round specimen window. Specimen card with the round specimen window. So let's see if I can put this together. That's given that a couple minutes to dry now, and it should be ready to work in. Yeah, feels fine. Feels fine. So I want this, and then I'm going to do and put these in behind like that. I do have this really pretty little bird. If I put this down at the bottom, my little bird can actually sit on the top like that. I'm going to take these two and I'm going to glue them together. I'm going to take my smallest punch here and punch this out. And then if I take these, because I want them to sit on my page like this. So I need to glue them together back to back, but only on this side. Only on this side. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue them together. They're not exactly the same size, but they will be when I'm done. Because this side is showing a little bit on this side, I'm just going to trim that little tiny bit off. I want it to look perfect from both sides. I think I'm going to put this down about here because that's where it's going to look the best on the other side. I'm going to open that up a little tiny wee bit more. I think I'm going to put this tab down. And this is, I'm putting it on the other side where I want it to be, which is going to be right in this part right here. And I chose this. And I chose this specific one because I think it matches these two pages the best. There. Absolutely perfect. So it'll match both my pages. Let me get in the middle here again. Now I want to put some of these numbers down. Do I want these circles in here? I cut these 3 little circles out because I thought if I've got this big circle, maybe I need some more circles to go with this. So if I did some circles down here as well. I'm trying to figure out where everything's going to go because I just want this page to look really pretty. Okay, I want some numbers in here now. So I think I need some numbers down there. And I think I need a number. Maybe I don't want those there. And then this can go over top. So I think I'm going to start with this, almost to the very top. I'm going to put it right out there. And I'm going to put these circles, because I do want them on here. And I'm going to put them to the very top. And I'm going to overlap them just a little bit because I can. Okay, then let's put this flower is going to go into that corner as much as possible. And this is right side up. This is going to go over here. And this is going to go coming out of there like that. So this goes down next. Now I am going to put a little wee bit of glue on this. That will turn clear. That's going down there. because that's going to sit right on the edge of it, like that. I think I want that flower just over there, like that, but I want to check my others first. So I'm going to put this number. I hit my tab. Okay. I want this number to be down here, like this. I'm going to put this down so that the stem just touches, so that it looks like it's coming out from behind that right there. Like that. And then this can go down. And then this is going to overlap right there. And the thing I like about these is that they're really thin. They're not as thick as regular tickets. I wanted to overlap my round window a little bit, just to take away from that circle just a touch. Just like so. And then I'm going to take my brown pencil from Inktense, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take the tiniest brush that I have and some of this water, and I'm going to activate it. Now, remember, I haven't put gesso on here, so it's not going to react the same way as it does with gesso. It won't be as perfect as it is with gesso. It's just going to activate that pencil a little bit. There. I'm going to take and put a little bit on my brush so that I can go around this flower. I could have covered the whole thing if I wanted to with gesso. And it would have helped this go on a little bit better. But what the heck? There. I just wanted those flowers to pop off the page a little bit more, and these circles. I think I'm going to take some of this brown and just put a shadow in behind my specimen card. Then I'm going to add a little more water and drag it out a little bit. But it's still doing what I want it to do. It's still giving it that look. So, and I'm not going to go around all my tickets. I just really love the way that this looks right now, and I don't want to ruin it. So I have basically what I want. So remember my prompts: round specimen window, tab, a color swatch, and numbers. So could these be my color swatches? I'm not even sure what a color swatch is. I think a color swatch is probably, to me anyway, it would be one of those little cards that you get from a paint store with the different colors of yellow paints on it. But I don't have one of those. And a color swatch could just be a brush. I could still put a color swatch on here, and I think it would actually look pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to use some of this gold paint. I'm going to put it in my dish. I'm going to color swatch my gold on to this page. I'm going to put a little bit of gold paint there. I'm going to take this little one right here. So I'm going to get this really loaded. And I'm just going to do a swatch of gold paint across here. And it'll be my color swatch. I want to see what the gold looks like on here. So I'm going to take my paintbrush flat. I'm going to put it down here. And I'm just going to swatch it across the page until I want it to be really intense. And I'm just going to drag it out until it's done. So just a color swatch of paint. And that, okay, so I've got my color swatch on there. And the last thing I want to add is my little bird. And I've decided that it's going right here. And I forgot him, and I don't want to leave him out. He's just been left on my desk, forgotten in the shuffle. But it's not too late. I was going to put him up there, but I like that paint color swatch. And I don't think I could have done a color swatch anywhere else. So I'm going to set him right there. And he is perfect. And I'm going to call it done. Completely done. So thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I'm loving the way that this turned out. I hope you do too. If you do, give the video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you're watching. That's the only way to get their attention. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love if you did that before you left. Come on back and see what I'm up to next. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, have a really wonderful day. Bye-bye for now, everyone.